Have you ever felt it? That quiet whisper deep inside you? A desire so raw, so potent, you immediately silence it because it feels unladylike. If you have, you are not alone. For so many women in the second half of life, this is a secret, familiar ache. We have spent decades learning the art of being good. The good daughter, the good partner, the good mother. We have learned to prioritize harmony over our own fierce, authentic truths. And this performance, it has a cost. It leaves behind a profound soul fatigue, a quiet exhaustion that sleep cannot fix, a sense that something vital is missing, even when our lives look perfect on the outside. But what if I told you that this very whisper you've been silencing is not a flaw? What if those forbidden impulses, those unladylike desires for more freedom, more expression, more of yourself, are not something to be hidden? What if they are actually the keys, the sacred map to unlocking your most powerful, most authentic self? In this video, we are not going to talk about becoming someone else. We are going to talk about reclaiming the woman you have always been. We will explore the revolutionary idea that by embracing your shadows, you can transform the second half of your life into an era of unprecedented inner authority. This is not a rebellion for the sake of rebellion. This is a homecoming. So take a slow breath and let's begin. But this homecoming requires us to first understand why we left in the first place. The story of our suppressed desires is not a story of a single dramatic event. It is a story of 1,000 tiny concessions, 1,000,000 quiet sacrifices that accumulate over a lifetime. It begins so subtly, a lesson taught to us before we could even speak, the lesson of the good girl. Once upon a time, there was a version of you who knew exactly what she wanted. She was loud when she felt joy. She was still when she felt peace. She said no simply because she did not want to. Her inner compass was her only guide. But then, the world began to teach her. It taught her that her value was in her agreeableness. It taught her that harmony, especially the comfort of others, was more important than her own internal truth. She learned that a good woman is a gentle woman, a quiet woman, a woman who anticipates needs, who soothes conflicts, who puts herself last. She learned this not from cruel words, but from warm approval, from the smile she received when she shared her last cookie, from the praise for being so mature when she silenced her own disappointment to keep the peace. She learned to trade pieces of her authentic self for the safety of being liked, of being approved of. And so, every single day, she practices this performance. Every day, the vibrant, untamed girl gets pushed a little deeper inside, and the ladylike woman takes the stage. She becomes an expert at reading the room, but she forgets how to read her own heart. She builds a life that looks beautiful from the outside, a life of caring for others, of being reliable, of holding everything together. But what is the cost of this lifelong performance? It is a profound soul fatigue. It is a quiet exhaustion that has nothing to do with a lack of sleep and everything to do with a lack of self. It is the feeling of being a stranger in your own life, a sense that you are playing a role so convincingly that you have forgotten who you are when the curtain falls. The price of this suppression is the slow leak of your vitality. It's why you feel drained after social interactions that are supposed to be fun. It's why you feel a quiet, simmering resentment when you do one more favor you never wanted to do. It's the feeling of something missing, even when you are surrounded by everything you thought you ever wanted. Our sparkle goes out when we deny our own fire. For decades, women have been trained to be the emotional caretakers of the world. We carry the invisible labor, the mental load, the unspoken duty to keep everyone comfortable and happy. This is not just an external pressure. Over time, it becomes an internal one. The rules of society become the rules we write on our own hearts. We become our own harshest judge, our own most vigilant guard, silencing any desire that feels too selfish, too loud, too much. We are taught that our fierce, passionate desires are unladylike. But the truth is, they are not unladylike. They are simply life force. They are the raw energy of your authentic self, knocking on the door of your consciousness, begging to be seen. That deep hunger for solo travel is not selfish. It is a call for autonomy. That passionate pursuit of a new career at 50 is not reckless. It is a call for purpose. That craving for unfiltered self-expression is not aggressive. It is a call for truth. That desire for unapologetic financial independence is not greedy. It is a call for sovereignty. These are the parts of you that have been relegated to the shadow, the aspects of your psyche that you were taught to deny or repress because they didn't fit the mold of the good woman. But these parts are not your enemies. They are not your flaws. They are exiled pieces of your own magnificent soul. They hold your power. They hold your energy. They hold the keys to the very inner authority you have been searching for. The exhaustion you feel is the exhaustion of holding them down. The emptiness you feel is the space they are meant to occupy. And so the first step in this homecoming is not to change yourself. It is simply to acknowledge the price you have paid for conformity, to look with gentle, non-judgmental eyes at the weariness you carry, and to understand its source. Your fatigue is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that you have been strong in the wrong way for far too long. It is the whisper of your suppressed self finally becoming loud enough to hear.
And so you begin to listen to that whisper of exhaustion, and you realize it is not a complaint, it is a calling. And then one day, perhaps in a quiet moment of reflection or through a line in a book that seems to leap off the page, you come across an idea, a concept so profound it feels like remembering something you always knew but had long forgotten. It comes from the great Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung. He gave a name to the source of this deep inner stirring. He called it the shadow. Now, this word can sound scary, intimidating even. Society has taught us to fear the dark, to fear what is hidden. But I invite you now to take a gentle breath and to reframe this word with me. Think of your psyche as a vast, beautiful kingdom. The parts of you that are celebrated, your kindness, your patience, your strength, they live in the sunlit square of the kingdom. Everyone sees them. Everyone applauds them. The shadow is not some monster lurking in the dungeons. The shadow is simply made up of all the powerful, vital parts of your court that were exiled from the sunlit square because they were deemed unacceptable. And what was exiled? All the parts of you that were deemed inconvenient, too loud, too intense, too selfish, too unladylike. In this shadowland are your raw, untamed emotions, your fierce ambition, your deep hunger for solitude, your unapologetic creative fire, your untethered joy, the parts of you that do not seek to please, but simply seek to be. This is where your unlived desires reside. That ache for solo travel you dismissed as irresponsible lives in the shadow. That burning desire to start a new business at 50 you silenced as foolish lives in the shadow. This deep need to speak your unfiltered truth, which you repressed to keep the peace, lives in the shadow. These are not inherently bad parts of you. They are simply powerful energy awaiting integration. The reason you feel so tired is because it takes an enormous amount of energy to keep these powerful aspects of yourself in exile. You are not weak because you are tired. You are tired because you are, in fact, incredibly strong. You have been holding back a revolution within your own soul. But how do we begin to even see what is in our own shadow? After decades of not looking, how do we find the map back to these forgotten lands? Jung gave us a powerful and sometimes uncomfortable clue. He said, the shadow is most easily seen not by looking inward, but by looking at what we judge most harshly in others. The people who push your buttons the most are often your greatest teachers. That woman you find arrogant and too much, perhaps she is mirroring back to you the magnificent, confident part of you that you were taught to suppress. That person you judge as lazy and unproductive, perhaps they are reflecting your own deep, unacknowledged need for rest and being rather than constant doing. Projection is the soul's clever way of trying to show you what you have disowned. What annoys us often has a lesson for us. There is another clue, a more intimate one. Think about what triggers a blush, a flicker of shame, or a quick change of the subject when you consider what you really want. That little jolt of discomfort, that feeling of, oh, I could never. That is the dragon guarding the gold. That is the border of your sunlit kingdom and the beginning of your shadowland. The parts of you that you fear are too much are precisely the parts that hold the energy you are missing. The unladylike aspects are not what you need to get rid of. They are precisely what you need to embrace to finally feel complete, to feel in control, to feel whole. So we are not here to slay the dragon. We are here to understand why it is there. We are here to learn its name and to ask it what treasure it is protecting. To acknowledge the shadow is the first great act of courage on the path to inner authority. It is the moment you stop running from yourself and turn around with gentle curiosity to face what has been chasing you. But the second act of courage is to begin the conversation, to learn the language of these exiled parts, to understand their needs, and to gently and carefully bring their treasures back into the light of the kingdom. This is the practical work, the sacred alchemy of integration, and it is where your true power is waiting.
This is the practical work, the sacred alchemy of integration, and it is where your true power is waiting. So, how do we begin this conversation? How do we learn the language of these exiled parts to understand their needs and to gently, carefully bring their treasures back into the light of the kingdom? This isn't therapy, but it is powerful self-discovery, and it invites us into a process Jung called integrating the shadow. It's not about becoming aggressive or selfish. It's about cultivating genuine inner authority. Let's be honest.
After decades of pushing these desires down, the thought of bringing them into the light can feel daunting. You might worry you'll become too much, that you'll upset the delicate balance of your life. But this work, it's not about immediate rebellion. It's about observation. It's about understanding. It's about giving these parts of yourself a voice, without immediately letting them drive the car. The first gentle step is to simply acknowledge their presence, without judgment. Think of your suppressed desires, your unladylike impulses, as quiet guests knocking at your door. You don't have to invite them in for dinner yet, but you can open the window and simply say, "I see you." This gentle acknowledgement is already revolutionary. It begins to dissolve the wall of shame that has kept them in exile. And one of the most accessible tools for this is journaling. I know, you've probably heard of journaling, but this isn't about just writing your to-do list or complaining about your day. This is about focused, intentional inquiry aimed directly at your shadow. It's like sending a gentle message into the shadowland. Find a quiet time, even just 15 minutes, and simply write in response to these prompts. First, what desire do I consistently push away because it makes me unladylike or too much? Just let the words flow. Don't edit, don't judge. Perhaps it's a craving for solitude, an intense creative project you never dared to dream of. Second, what part of me feels most ashamed or guilty when I even think about prioritizing my own needs? Listen to that feeling, that blush, that quick change of subject. This is often where the gold is buried. And third, if no one was watching, if there were no societal expectations, what would I truly, deeply want to pursue for myself alone? Let your imagination roam free. This isn't a commitment, it's an exploration. These journaling prompts, they are not just words on a page. They are a bridge. They are a way to observe these desires, not immediately act on them, but to understand their root. Is that unladylike desire for control actually a deep need for security? Or that urge for solitude, a call for deeper introspection and spiritual connection? Another powerful, gentle way to connect is through guided visualization. This is where you close your eyes and imagine meeting this exiled part of yourself. Perhaps it's a fierce warrior, or a playful child, or a wise crone. Imagine yourself in a safe, peaceful space, and invite that part of you that feels unladylike to simply appear. Just observe. What does it look like? How does it feel? You don't need to do anything, just be present. It's a way of saying, I am here, I am listening. This practice, this gentle befriending of your suppressed desires, it takes courage. It takes the courage to look at these parts of ourselves, the parts we've been taught to hide. But the liberation that comes from integrating them is profound. It transforms them from something to be hidden into a wellspring of inner strength. Imagine a woman named Eleanor. For years, she felt a deep, unspoken longing to write, but society and her own internalized beliefs told her that at 55, with adult children and a demanding job, it was selfish and unrealistic. That was her unladylike desire. It lived in her shadow. Through journaling, she realized her desire to write wasn't about fame. It was a call for unfiltered self-expression, a need for purpose beyond her roles. She began to integrate this, not by quitting her job immediately, but by dedicating 30 minutes each morning to her writing.
Slowly, the weariness began to lift. She didn't become aggressive or selfish. She became more vibrant, more present. Her inner authority wasn't loud. It was a quiet confidence. This is the alchemy. This is how acknowledging your suppressed desires transforms them. It allows you to understand their true needs and to meet those needs in ways that are authentic to you. It moves you from acting out of resentment to acting from a place of genuine, aligned choice. The more you practice this, the more you observe, the more you listen, the more these exiled parts feel seen. And when they feel seen, they no longer need to exhaust you by screaming from the dungeons of your unconscious. They begin to offer their gifts, their energy, their wisdom, their unique truth. This journey isn't just about finding your voice. It's about cultivating a deep, unwavering trust in your whole self. It's about knowing that all parts of you, even the unladylike ones, have something vital to contribute. And that, my friend, is the true definition of inner authority. But what does it truly feel like to move through the world with this newfound authority? What does life look like when you are finally, truly whole? That is where we are heading next.
So what does it truly feel like to move through the world with this newfound authority? What does life look like when you are finally, truly whole? It is not a roar. It is a quiet, unshakable knowing in your bones. It is the end of the constant, exhausting negotiation between who you are and who you think you should be. Integrating your unladylike desires isn't about becoming aggressive or selfish. It is about cultivating genuine inner authority, the kind of quiet confidence that comes from knowing and trusting your whole self. Imagine moving through your day not from a place of obligation, but from a place of alignment. Imagine making choices, big and small, that are aligned with your deepest, most authentic truth, without the heavy burden of guilt or the need for external approval. This is the superpower that emerges when we embrace our full spectrum of desires. You stop reacting to the world and you start responding from your core. The quiet resentment that once simmered beneath the surface begins to dissolve, replaced by a vibrant, authentic energy. You find that when you honor your need for solitude, you return to your relationships with more presence and joy. When you pursue your passion, you inspire those around you with your courage. When you speak your truth, you give others permission to do the same. This is the profound, beautiful paradox. By reclaiming the parts of yourself you thought were selfish, you actually become more genuinely available to the world, not from a place of depletion, but from a place of fullness. This journey isn't just for you. It sends ripples of permission into the world. It teaches your daughters, your friends, and every woman who witnesses your quiet transformation that their desires are also valid, that their inner compass is real, that their wholeness is their birthright. The whisper you once feared becomes your most trusted guide. The exhaustion you once carried is replaced by a sustainable, self-generated vitality. You no longer seek power outside of yourself because you have finally unearthed the wellspring of it within. The most powerful version of you isn't someone you have to build. She is someone you must uncover. She has been there all along, waiting patiently in the shadows for you to come home. If this conversation has stirred something within you, I invite you to take one small, gentle step today. In the comments below, share one unladylike desire you are now willing to simply listen to. You don't have to act on it, just give it a voice. By sharing, you not only honor your own journey, you create a safe space for other women to honor theirs.
And if you feel called to continue this journey of self-reclamation, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're building a community of women who are choosing to live deeper, more authentic lives. And as you begin to allow these desires to surface, you will inevitably meet their fierce guardian, the gatekeeper of your authentic self. It is the most misunderstood of all female emotions: anger. If you want to continue this exploration, I invite you to watch my next video where we will uncover the hidden power in your unacceptable female anger. In that video, you will discover why this powerful emotion is not a destructive force, but a sacred compass guiding you back to your true self. You will find the tools to transform it from a source of quiet resentment into a catalyst for profound inner peace. Thank you for sharing this space with me. Be gentle with yourself. Your journey has just begun.